there's anybody out there. I know this is like an impromptu live, just kind of did it on the spot, just with the hour notice. So we're here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of topics. I didn't want to do just one video, so I was like, forget it. Let's just mash all the topics together and make one video about it. And then I invited Senior Del Boy from Third Reel. One day, it's gonna happen eventually.
Yeah, it will.
Copycat recipe reviews is fucking chef extraordinaire making Chipotle burritos.
That's it.
How was it?
It was nice. Yeah.
I'm telling you, were missing sour cream and avocado, man.
It's too late. It was already made. It was nice though. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I never had chipotle sauce. It probably wasn't the proper stuff anyway. It would just look like it.
I mean, Chipotle sauce is Chipotle sauce. Justin chimed in from D&J Reviews to say, "What's up, fellas? What's going on, Justin? I heard you out there, Justin, getting a haircut today. Putting the bald in." Scott Walker chimed in and said, "Hello, boys. How are we doing today? We are doing A-OK on this fabulous Friday. For Del Boy in a couple of hours is going to be freaking Saturday. So, that's always that."
I will ask you in the comments, is his screen freezing on you guys? Because your frame rate looks like you're...
I mean, right now I'm all right. On my screen, I'm all right. Let's see. I'll check the live video. Let me just make sure that I don't get no damn feedback because I don't want to play the video. Let's see. Chop it up live.
So, Scott Walker, you went to see Jurassic World Rebirth last Tuesday. It was really disappointing. Me is the worst out of all of the Jurassic Park movies. It's even worse than Part 3, the Domination. I disagree with you there. It weren't great, but I think the last one was... No, not the last one. The one before the last was the worst, personally.
Sheesh. No, I mean, honestly, I haven't really seen the new Jurassic Park yet. After I saw the last one, I didn't want to even watch this one because it didn't catch me, like I wasn't interested at all.
Because I thought, they know now that the way they're doing things isn't working, so they're gonna reboot. Like, oh my god,
it's crazy because that's a movie where they can do it and they don't have to really worry about like resetting the whole universe. They could just kind of just time skip and then that's it. Like that's all they got to really do. So that universe is kind of spoiled in a way.
I thought they were going to give us something different, and it wasn't. It was the same, but not as good. There was some really good moments in it. I'm not going to lie, and I still preferred it better than the last two because they were just getting wacky and ridiculous, like with locusts flying around the place. And anyway, yeah. So
he says, trust me, they took out the final battle between the new dinosaur hybrid and the T-Rex. The only part of the Jurassic Park movie for me was the river rafting scene.
That bit was good. Yeah, that bit was good. That was the best scene. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I ain't seen it yet. Kind of don't want to see it. I mean, it's basically become like what's that damn movie for me? It's become like Fast and the Furious and it was a movie that came out last year where Ghostbusters. I was like, I'm gonna see that. Then I just never got around to watching it.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and jump into some topics today. So In a Violent Nature 2. So if you guys have not heard of In a Violent Nature is like basically Friday the 13th, but you're following Jason the whole time. I had the privilege of interviewing Rye Barrett on my channel, who plays Johnny, the main character in the movie. And at San Diego Comic-Con, they basically announced that there's an In a Violent Nature 2, which we already knew that, but they officially announced it. And they basically said, the director said that they are going to double the kill count in this movie. And they were looking at more interesting ways to kind of approach this film so it doesn't feel too much like the first one. So what are your thoughts about the first movie? And then what's your thoughts about this news?
It was really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. We watched it together. We reacted to the whole film together. The kill.
Oh yeah, we did.
Ever on movie cinema history. But yeah, I mean, it felt like there'll be a 2, but I wonder where they could go with this one. It's like, as you know, Friday the 13th, they all kind of follow the same pattern as such, and we wanted something a little bit different on this, but the same. at the same time, if you know what I mean. So they might go maybe dig deep more into his past, maybe like they did with the locket or something. Remember, there was something to do with that. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Will it? I got a question. Do you think that in order for this franchise to thrive, should they abandon the point of view thing?
No.
No. What about make it a hybrid?
Maybe, or maybe follow one of the main antagonists in the same way. I mean, protagonists, whatever, you know what I mean? In the same way.
Yeah.
I think they kind of did in the first one, actually. Kind of.
Oh yeah, because they followed the people at the camp, and then at first, and then it went back to Johnny, didn't it?
Followed that girl for a while as well.
Yeah,
so,
they did. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
But again, it's its own thing. That's what makes it its thing. That's what makes it stand out. It's the following him the whole time. So I think they have to keep something like that in it, because it becomes like a whole Jason movie then, you know?
Well, they said they're also going to double the kills, and then also they're going to, they're going to have to try to top the kills in the first film. So that's also good news.
It's going to be tough,
man. Because I mean, I'm feeling like Terrifier, because every Terrifier movie, it feels like they're trying to outdo the other one. And I mean, they do a pretty good job, I think.
Yeah, they definitely. I actually think Terrifier 3 is my favorite. So,
well, yeah, it's funny because I remember the director was like, "Hey, like, what do you think of this?" And I'm like, "Well," he was like, "Which one was your favorite?" Damian Leone, and I was like, "This was when the second one came out," and I was like, "Honestly, I like the first one more than the second." He was like, "What?" He was like, "For real? Why?" And I was like, "I don't know." I was like, "It just kind of stuck to the roots. It was kind of like." Art the Clown was a little obscure. He was like, you didn't really know much. It wasn't really story driven. I was like, it was just kind of like a fun, old school B like slasher movie. It was like, oh, okay, I get that. So, I mean, teach his own. I still think the first one is the best one, and then followed by maybe the second.
With that girl, he was chopping her upside down. That's the one that still sticks with me, like, and the salt in the second one, but that first one, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's also, Salt and Bleach.
When he blew up all those kids, I didn't see that coming. It was like boom, he blew everyone up. But
yeah, yeah.
It was good. He's good. Anyway,
Scott chimed in and said that he's now concentrating on Scream 7 because he got his hopes up with the new Jurassic Park movie and it disappointed him. I mean, Scream 7 is following Neve Campbell now. We'll kind of see where it's going, but at the same time, Scream is starting to become like a one-trick pony. It's really repetitive. There's nothing new that's been, I don't know. Scream hasn't done anything new. It always feels the same. It doesn't.
It has its following. People will just line up to see it, that kind of thing. So it's all cash cow now, isn't it?
Yeah. So moving on to the next topic. Speaking of horror, since thank you, Scott, for bringing up a horror comment. I think that this might be one of the best years for horror movies. The reason why I'm saying this is because we have like a litany of a lot of the best or highly rated movies this year are there's surprisingly horror movies, right? You have Sinners. You recently have Weapons that came out that's being praised. You have what else? Bring Her Back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bring Her Back, and then there's another one. There was another one I was thinking about. Oh yeah, and then we still haven't even seen Black Phone 2. We still haven't seen Him. But there's another movie out that came out this year. What's the name of it? But I just think that this year's just been a really good year for horror.
No, and we've got what's coming out. There's coming out. Is it September? Oh shit.
Oh, Shelby Oaks is also coming out. I'm looking forward to that too. That's what's his name? The YouTube dude Stuckman.
Okay.
That's his movie.
But there's something coming out in September, and obviously,
Together was good too. If you liked the Substance, Together was good as well. What else? 28 Years Later came out this year. That was good. What else? I don't know. To me, it just was like there was a lot of movies that just was really good this year. The Ugly Stepsister was cool. I forgot. I don't know if that came out this year though. I think it did though. Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of really good horror movies this year, and a lot of horror movies have been put in that top. They've been getting really highly rated.
Was the Monkey out this year?
Monkey was out this year too, but it wasn't praised as much as people. It wasn't
Oh,
praised really. A lot of people thought it
and
was going to be.
Final
I just watched
Destination.
it for the first time yesterday, and it honestly wasn't that good. Companion came out this year, and that was good. Um, yeah, so
Final
this year,
Destination, Megan 2, which apparently is not a horror. You know,
well, Final Destination came out this year, but I'm not like a huge like. I didn't like it like that. A lot of people liked it. It got like it was really highly rated, but I didn't. I didn't really like it. So we had a lot of movies come out. And then like I said, we still got him, Shelby Oaks, and Black Phone 2 coming out. And those are some heavy hitters that are coming out this year. So would you agree with my statement that this year's been a really good year for horror?
yeah, definitely, because the ones I've seen, I've enjoyed all of them so far. Even the ones that ain't as popular. I liked Bloodlines. I liked Monkey. I really liked Bring It Back. So yeah, so far it's definitely been good. Whether the rest of
Uh,
them will be.
Justin is asking, are we going to see Weapons? Yeah, I plan to see Weapons this week. I was supposed to see it today, but it was conflicting with the live stream, so I wanted to
Yeah,
make
I'm
sure that
curious. Yeah, it's supposed to be good.
but I've heard really good things about it. But I saw Together. That was good. Like I said, if you like The Substance, you're gonna like Together. Again, this has just been a really good year for horror. Like I said, some of the most highest rated movies were horror movies. Justin said Hard Eyes was good. Hard Eyes was entertaining. I thought Hard Eyes was hella entertaining. I had fun with it. Derek didn't like it.
I switched it off about 10 minutes in.
That was like the best part, the kill at the beginning.
I don't know. Maybe I wasn't in the mood. It was like, I don't know.
I tried to warn you. It's a horror comedy, so you know. And then also, freaking damn, what the hell? I was just gonna say something. Even though I didn't like it, I know what you did last summer. It got decent reviews from some people. Some people said it got decent reviews. Scott Walker said, "Don't forget Silent Night, Deadly Night, the remake." I'm not forgetting that because it's brought to by the same team of Terrifier. And then also, let me move this up here.
Yeah,
it's in the way. It's in the way of stuff. All right. Yeah. So Silent Night, Deadly Nights, and Conjuring 4 and Five Nights at Freddy. Now, Five Nights at Freddy, I don't expect nothing big, but I thought it was really crazy that Skeet Aldridge was going to be in that movie because Matthew was in the other movie. So that was pretty interesting. Conjuring 4, I honestly I only like the first Conjuring movie. Every movie after that was garbage.
I like
and then
one.
Silent Night. Which what?
I like 2. It's made.
I hate it. I thought it was
down
stupid.
on my end, of course.
It's over there. But I am looking forward to Silent Night, Deadly Night only because the producers are the people that did Terrifier, and homie in the movie is the dude that plays the guy that punked Jason in Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends.
Oh shit! I saw the trailer. You sent me it the other day. That's right. Oh, what's his name? Anyway, yeah, I know who you're talking about. That's
yeah, him.
Yeah.
Justice says I'm ready for Black Phone 2. Yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna be a good movie. Scott chimed in and said the werewolf movie. He saw the werewolf movie last night on Netflix. It wasn't good. Werewolf movie is not as good as American Werewolf, Ginger Snaps, Wolfman 2010, or Wolfman 1942. I mean, I've been wanting to watch that just because, you know, I wanted to see it, but you know, I don't know. Justice says, "What with the eyes? What you mean?" He must have said you didn't like maybe the eyes, or because you didn't like Hard Eyes. I mean, Hard Eyes it's subjective, but it's a horror comedy. So when you go into it, you gotta realize it's a horror comedy. You can't take that shit serious. If you're taking it like a serious slasher, you're not gonna like it at all. Sorry boys, I'm still working. I'm just giving my dog his insulin. Oh man, go ahead, give your dog his insulin, man. I love that you're taking care of your animal, man. I love it. So I think that this is a good year for horror. I think the horror is going to rule the market, and this goes back. This goes back to a live stream that me and you had. We talked about it in the next couple of years. Which ones are going to produce better movies, superhero movies or horror movies? And me and you had, I think it was me and you, right? We had a nice little back and forth about it.
I think so, yeah.
I know, and then look what's happening. It's actually starting to come into fruitation. You know, horror movies are starting to get more higher rated, and they're being in conversations about good movies.
Fantastic Four. Superman is the GOAT, you could say, is It's not. It's done okay, and so is the other one, but not what you would expect it back a few years ago. You know,
No.
it's not. And they're the big ones, you know. So
yeah, we'll get into that one a little bit later. The next topic that I had is that recently Warner Brothers released a Nightmare on Elm Street box set. All right. So the Nightmare on Elm Street box set has all the movies from Nightmare 1 all the way to New Nightmare, and it's a 4K release. Now,
the remake,
I think that's the only one that's not in it. Now, here's the crazy part. The crazy part is that it's a Scream Factory, which is a big company over here that produces media. They wanted this box set, but Warner Brothers was like, hell nah, because you know they can make a lot of money off of it, which they definitely are, because they released a limited Blu-ray steelbook set, and that shit sold out in like minutes. But anyway, with the release of this Nightmare on Elm Street box set, which looks amazing, by the way, I got the basic model because I didn't have the funds. I wasn't quick enough to get the damn steelbook. And then also the other place where it's available, I'm not paying double the American price in order to get it. Fuck that. With that being released, is there any movie, Del Boy, that you would be interested in having a complete box set of released in 4K?
Any movie?
Any movie series, like it has to be a collection.
All right, I was going to say Madman Mars, but I don't know. In 4K, I don't know.
Like, I mean, literally, like, because with the 4K, I think I think it'll be good to target older movies, because then you get the 4K restoration process, and then they make it look a lot of cleaner.
I agree with you there, and it probably would be something I would choose, but I can't.
Yeah, because if you get something new, I feel like it's pointless, because you know a lot of that stuff it's already digital, so it's already going to look clean, and you don't really have to do much to it.
The old ones look worse when they're cleared up as well. You know, you're like, oh shit.
It depends, because I remember there's two movies that come to mind, and I feel like maybe because the 4K process wasn't like as good, I got Silent Night, Deadly Night, and I have the original My Bloody Valentine. And in both of those damn movies, they inserted deleted scenes that had to be cut out of the movie because they were too bloody for general audiences or whatever, right? So it sucks, because when you're watching the movie, all of a sudden it cuts and you just see this grainy, ugly ass clip of him killing somebody. And I mean, it's grainy, like it looks like it came out of a VHS. And I'm like, dude, you got to restore that, because that shit looks horrible. And it's the same thing with Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think when he kills the dude on top of the deer antlers, like it looks horrible. But yeah, I think if I had a pick, I would want a Hellraiser box set, all the Hellraiser movies in one complete collection, and then make the box look like the Lament configuration. I think that'll be sick.
This is the thing. I don't know what's in 4K and what's not, what's been restored. So as far as I know, Hellraiser is. Do you know? I don't know.
Nah, see, with Hellraiser is only the first three movies. It's only the first three movies that have been released in 4K, and I think that might be it, dude. That might be it. Those are the only three that are 4K.
Nobody will be interested in the rest anyway, to be honest. I know we like the fourth. But
here's the thing, physical media is dying a little bit. You know, like people don't collect like they used to. Motherfuckers are just like, people rather will buy it on digital, right? But there are still a lot of people that want that physical media. And then the people
there are certain films out there that I really still want to have as a collection. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But that's who this is for. You know what I mean? Like that's who this is for. But if I think I would want a Hellraiser set. What else would I want? Because they just released the Karate Kid too, 4K, like the collection, and the setup of it looks amazing, but it costs too much. That price tag is ridiculous. It's like $200. And but the setup looks cool because it opens up and it's like a dojo, like the floor of the tournament that Daniel and Johnny were fighting on, and in the background has Daniel doing a little crane pole. It's really cool. It looks nice. That 4K set looks banging. I wouldn't pay that price tag, but it looks good. We already got a we have a Friday the 13th. We have a Friday the 13th box set, but it's Blu-ray. And then Halloween. you have all the movies on 4K. The problem is they're just individualized. They're not all the movies. The only ones that don't have 4K is Rob Zombie. Rob Zombie's movies don't have 4Ks, but all the other ones do. Every other one has a 4K, but the Rob Zombie one does not. But they're not together. You have to buy them individual, which is fucking stupid.
I would like the Star Trek movie collection in 4K. I just checked it isn't there.
Oh, there you go, right there. That's a clean one. Star Trek, okay.
You see, right. I don't think I've got a 4K player. You know that.
Do you have a what do you have a PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
Then you have a 4K player.
All right. It is, yeah. Okay. Sure. What about PlayStation 5?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same shit.
Okay, Xbox, and I've got all that too. Yeah.
Yeah. As long as you have like as long as you have a system that's maybe like 1 gen old, then you should be good.
Yeah, I've got the new Xbox, the old Xbox, all of it. Yeah. So.
Do you have the new Xbox with the disc? Because there's one that has the disc and there's one without one.
Yeah, I've got the disc.
Okay, if you have the one with the disc, you're good. But yeah, that's a 4K player, dude. They play 4Ks. The good thing about 4Ks, if nobody knows this, 4K discs are region free. So Blu-rays and regular DVDs, they're region locked. So if I were to get like a DVD from the UK, I wouldn't be able to play it here without.
That never made sense to me. You know that.
It's stupid.
It never made sense to me.
It's really dumb. And there's also even I didn't even know this, but even VHSs too. Like some of them, they have a different format. They don't play on America. Because I bought okay, remember when what's that fucking movie called? Late Night with the Devil. When Late Night with the Devil came out, I got a box set. And in my box set, I have a VHS. And the you have to say what country you're in so that they give you the right VHS so it will play it'll play in your player. Because if you don't if you say Australian, it's not gonna play on your American player, which is weird. Yeah. So but if you have 4Ks play 4K, all 4Ks are region free, they'll play anywhere, and that's the beauty of a 4K. But Blu-rays, DVDs, and VHSs, they are region locked, which is stupid as shit. And it's the same thing with games. Games are region locked too.
Wow.
If you get a game from Japan, it will not play an American player. You got to get like a little conversion thing.
Wow.
Now, I mean, back then, if it's like a cartridge game or something like Super Nintendo, then that should have worked. But I think once they went to disc, I think that's when they started becoming region locked.
It's pointless.
All right, let's see. Scott Walker says somebody's been tagging in Australia dressed up as Ghostface. That's funny. Personally, I do believe that people or parents are going to protest outside of cinemas to get Silent Night, Deadly Night remake just like the original happened. I don't think so. I mean, Terrifier is way worse than that shit. You didn't see people outside doing that. This is a new day and age. I don't think people care about things like that. Really, to be honest with you. I mean, dude, we had you have a Mickey Mouse horror movie. You have a Pooh horror movie. If they didn't care about that, then I don't think they'll care about Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Santa Claus. But is there any other box sets that you would think?
First of all, I don't really know what isn't on 4K, so I don't know, and I can't.
I would want a Short Circuit. I would want Short Circuit 1 and 2 on a 4K double, but it has to be individual disc. It can't be like that single disc shit. I hate when they put one movie on. I hate when they put 2 movies on one disc. I hate that shit because the quality is usually dookie.
Yeah, you're stretching it out. Yeah.
It usually is terrible. But give me a double.
Do you know that?
You said what?
I've still not seen Short Circuit 1 or 2.
Oh, really? It's a niche movie. I saw that Scott Walker.
It was a big deal when I was a kid. I remember it was everywhere. Johnny Five is alive and stuff like that. You know, was it Steve Guttenberg was in the first one?
Is he? I forgot it. It was a white guy that was pretending to be Indian or some shit.
Academy or something. I don't know, but yeah. And there was an Indian dude in the second one who was quite funny.
Well, it's funny because the Indian dude ain't even Indian. I think he's white or something. But so like it's crazy. They had him like dress up like I don't know. I heard the dude ain't even really Indian. But Scott Walker kept mentioning Free Willy. Free Willy would be an interesting 4K collection.
I only seen the first.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I think that'll be an interesting 4K collection only because there's like people that love that shit. You know, like that really like they're really dedicated to it. I'm trying to think what else. What else has? I think Phantasm has a Blu-ray set. I think a 4K set will be tight.
Yeah, that's one. That would be good. I'm surprised they haven't.
I'm surprised Godzilla doesn't have a complete 4K collection. That shit is crazy.
You're talking about from the old one.
I mean, a complete Godzilla collection from freaking the first Godzilla movie all the way to the last Japanese one. I think that would have been really cool. Skywalker says, "Do you guys?" Skywalker says, "Do we remember Indian in a Cupboard?" Yeah, that movie was awesome. I love that movie.
What movie was that? Sorry.
Indian in a Cupboard.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen it, but I know the way.
Hey, low key, I had a fucking thing that looked like the thing from Indian in a Cupboard, and I had a key for it too. I was hoping and praying that damn thing would work, and it never worked. But also, I remember having see, this was back in the day when shit was cool. I had the VHS for Indian in the Cupboard on the side. It had a keyhole in it, and it came with a key, so like you could put the key in a little keyhole. I thought that was really cool. That's pretty clever marketing. What are the chances of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man to be a 4K? I think it's already a 4K, dude. I'm pretty sure Spider-Man the original is on 4K. I'm like almost 1,000% sure that shit is on 4K somewhere.
It is. No, it isn't. Sure of it.
It's for sure on 4K. That one is for sure on 4K. I think all the Spider-Man movies, anything Marvel related, is probably on 4K somewhere.
Especially Spider-Man.
Hell yeah, especially Spider-Man, dude. Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's 4K.
Yeah, see, it's already a 4K, man. You could purchase it now. Check the link. No, I'm just playing. Grab my Amazon affiliate link. That'll be the time to plug it. But anyway, so moving on to topics. We have a studio battle for a specific IP. Now, Texas Chainsaw Massacre has been going through the ringer. It's been pitched. It's been thrown around from studio to studio to studio. But right now there is a bidding war. At first, it had like Sony, A24, Neon, Blumhouse, and I want to say Paramount fighting for the rights of this movie. And now, according to sources, they're saying the last two people that are fighting for this title is A24 and Sony. So Sony and A24 are the last two standing that are competing for this property. Now, Sony's track record sucks ass. I'm not gonna lie to you. What's the last dope ass Sony movie you've seen? It probably was like Into the Spider-Verse or some shit. Sony does not have a good track record, and I don't think they're gonna do justice to this IP. Now, I will say A24 is a long shot because they could get kind of experimental and shit. But at the same time, I think that A24 is the logical way to go, only because I feel like they will respect the IP. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Also, they'll have their own little twist on it without overdoing it. Sony will do it by paying by numbers. Yeah, it will be the same old shit. And they have not done anything. They have some great IP and all they've done is shit on it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, right? What are you doing? So, yeah, I mean, if I could choose anywhere for it to go, even Warner Brothers or anything, I'd still want A24 to do it. I just would. I just like the way. In fact, I get excited when I hear something about A24 now, because you're into something. Even if you don't like it, it's going to be different. It's going to be just complete. That they don't fuck around. They always think out of the box. I don't think you can mess around with that IP too much, but I do think they'll do something different with it in the sense where they'll change a lot up but keep it the same, keep it real, and it will give it that kind of indie type, snuff type horror movie.
Ooh, that'll be cool, like to kind of go like an old school snuff film.
Yeah, that's how I feel like the first Chainsaw Massacre was. It felt like it, you know what I mean? It nearly felt weird and real. It was so like that, but I wouldn't mind seeing something like that.
It felt like a found footage type thing.
Yeah.
I'm saying the original felt like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it felt like a found footage type movie. Like, you found something and you're like, oh, especially because, like, based on true events. Skywalker, we're going to get to your question in a minute. Let us get through this topic.
Yeah, definitely. I just think if Sony will just gloss it up, I'm sure they'll all look great and all that, but it's just, that's not enough. You need story and you need kills, and they'll probably make it 12A so everyone can see it. Do you know what I mean? There's some shit like that.
Yeah, I feel like Sony would just try to put out whatever. They'll be like, the first script they get, they'll be like, all right, whatever, let's put it out, let's use it, because they're you know, once you acquire IP, is that use it or lose it mentality. So I feel like they're just gonna kind of pimp it out and just do whatever with it. I'm tired of these. I'm tired of these straight to what's up, CLJ? CLJ's in the chat.
Hey,
I
CLJ.
hate the whole just pimping these IPs. I'm sick and tired of it. It's like and on top of that, a real good idea. Well, a real good way to kind of look at this is we'll really know what A24 is going to do with this property once Camp Crystal Lake comes out. Once Camp Crystal Lake comes out, we're really going to know what A24 can do with a good IP. Because I think A24 hasn't had a good IP. They haven't had like something big. They have all original content. So to see them with something that they can work with that already has like a little momentum behind it, I think it'll be interesting. But I trust them more than Sony.
Yeah. And so, as I say, even if I did trust Sony, I still would prefer A24 because you're in for something different. I don't think they'll go off key with the story. I think they'll keep what we know, but I think there'll be just some differences, gritty. It will be something. I look forward to that kind of thing with them. So I
would love to see a gritty ass. I want Texas Chainsaw Massacre to just go back to the roots, be a gritty movie, just be good. You know what I mean? Just be good. It doesn't have to you don't got to reinvent the wheel. Just be good, man. But I think A24 kind of making X, that movie X and Maxine and all those other movies that kind of fits into that realm of weird
70s feel, didn't it? Well, it was 70s the first.
Yeah, especially Maxine. So if you no XXX, my bad. The X movie, X whatever. That movie feels like it could be within the Texas Chainsaw universe.
Definitely.
So 100%. If you can build something kind of like that, I think it'll be really good. Just to answer some questions so Scott doesn't feel like we're just ignoring him the whole time. Can you guys answer the question for me? Do you guys feel the Scream 2 a stunt woman under the Ghostface costume playing Miss Loomis? When girls hits Ghostface with the front, you can hear a woman moan. I kind of don't understand the question.
I don't understand it either.
I don't understand the question. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. I just don't understand. He said, "How would a Free Willy movie go with audience today?" Honestly, I think a Free Willy movie coming out nowadays will probably go straight to streaming. I can't see it going to the theaters. Because it'll be just like Home Alone. I felt like the Home Alone flopped in theaters. Did that new Home Alone movie even go to theaters? I think it went to Disney Plus. In the TV series Baywatch, I've never watched Baywatch. You watch Baywatch?
Of course, Pamela Anderson. Shit, I'm a 90s.
All right, in the TV series Baywatch, which death hits you the most back in the day? Jill's death.
I can't. I didn't watch it that much. I mean, all I saw was the running and the boobs bouncing around, but that was as far as I went. I didn't watch the storyline. Do you know? Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, Scott, in order for us to answer the question, I think I'll have to rewatch Scream because I haven't seen Scream 2 in a long time. Sorry, I mean in Scream 2, did you know that was a stunt woman under the Ghostface costume playing Miss Loomis? When doing girl gets attacked by Ghostface, you can hear the woman grunt. Well, I mean, it sounds like it would be, but see, the thing is, audio gets added in post credits. It's not usually like, oh, they have a microphone on their neck and it's like, and it picks it up. Usually audio gets added in afterwards. So I don't know. I think that might have been done intentionally. And then also you said Miss Loomis, so I'm assuming it's a girl. So most likely they did that on purpose. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to A24 hopefully getting this property. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed.
Sony's got the money. That's the problem.
That's the only thing. But hopefully whoever holds the IP to Texas Chainsaw will be looking more along the lines of which one will bring you quality over just money. Because of course,
I hope that's the case here because Sony definitely has the money for it. You know,
I think the fact that A24 is still in the conversation shows that they're even considering quality. Yeah. So I think that's a good sign. COJ chimed in and said, Baywatch was a product of the time. Baywatch won't fly in this era. Look how these keyboard warriors spazzing out over Sydney Sweeney. Is it Sydney Sweeney? Is that the jeans lady, CLJ?
I've got good jeans.
Is that her?
Yeah, I think that's her. Yeah.
Can I be honest with you? All right, look, I got to be 100% honest with you.
Here we go.
Listen, and I might piss some people off, but I don't care. It is so strange. Like we gotta address the elephant in the room. That video or that commercial sounds so weird in today's political climate. you cannot, like, it's so much racial tension in the United States. There's so much divide in the United States for somebody to come in and be like, hey, you know, I got good genes, I got blue eyes, and then you got, like, you know, like, it seems really, really weird. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that, like, this is remnants to that what was it, the Gap or the Gucci or whatever, the video where it was the little black kid and it was like coolest monkey in the jungle. And like it was like out of all the people, yes, dude, there was a video of a little kid modeling like clothes, and it was like the coolest monkey in the jungle. And it's like,
was it recently?
This was like 2 years ago or something. It was like Gap or Gucci or Guess or something. They put something out, but you have to, like, I know, right? You're turning red. But the thing is, the thing that's stupid is just like that commercial maybe like 10 years ago would have been like, okay, whatever. But there's just this weird tension in the United States right now where we try to, like, where people are saying the things are racist, and then other people are just saying, I think there's a lot of racism that's coming out of the woodwork, and I think a lot of racism is being embraced. I think you would never hear people talking about as many people that are getting platformed now that are just straight up like, yeah, I'm racist. Yeah, I'm a white supremacist. I'm for white people. Like, you know, like you would never hear that like 10 years ago. You know, like Nick Fuentes. What's that girl's name that was on the UK news?
Yeah, but I know you're talking about
that white lady that was like, yeah, I'm racist. Yeah, so what? And she says like
clicks as well, because she may not even be, yeah, but it's now where she's getting all her clicks and likes and views and all that shit. People are going after that. I think there's another couple of guys that are doing it as well. Yeah, that's what it is. Even black people, I've seen some black people doing it. It's all about, they might not even think about it. It's just, this is all right. They found something. People are jumping on. Let's do it. But first of all, I think that Sydney Sweeney is hot. Yeah. But second of all, I mean, look, I'm not like so, but I actually don't give a shit. And I don't know why people give a shit. And I think it was Morgan.
Thank you, COJ. COJ said it was H&M 2018, the coolest monkey in the jungle.
But you know, I think Morgan Freeman said it. He goes,
yeah, your dogs are going at it, dude.
I know, right? The best way to stop racism is just stop talking about it. And I think the white and the left and the right, the white and the black, everyone's making a big deal out of it because it's such a, you know, clickbait thing at the moment. It's like, oh, who gives a shit? Really? But
here's the thing. We are in a political climate where people are like, it went from that's racist to be like, why are you calling everybody racist? See, why is everything got to be about race? And then people are just like, yeah, I'm racist. And what, you know? And now we are just in a time where like people are just upfront about it. So it's like, okay, if we're all going to be honest about it and people are just saying that they're cool with being racist and saying racial shit. Like, I mean, old girl that basically called the little boy the N-word raised $500,000, dog. She raised $500,000. She didn't. And it was like, you basically, somebody paid you $500,000 for calling some little black kid the N-word. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, it's to the point where people are just out front with it. And did you hear about the incident that happened in Cincinnati?
No.
All right, well, hold on to your horses. All right, so in Cincinnati, there was this white dude that was hella drunk, right? So he's hella drunk. He's talking shit to these black people, whatever. They're like, hey, man, chill.
They beat him up on the street or something.
They beat his ass on the street.
I heard something of it, yeah.
Right, so they're like, get out of here, da-da-da, whatever. So this white dude walks up to the fucking black dude, and the dude's like, hey, man, like, fucking leave, like, you know? So he goes to the dude, and he slaps that fool in the face. Bah! Slaps him, right? So obviously, instincts kick in. He's going at the dude. They break it up, whatever. The guy keeps trying to, the guy's leaving, and he keeps trying to charge at the other guy, and he's trying to start shit. And eventually, he gets his ass whooped, right? He gets a good old-fashioned American ass whooping, right? Now, so they're screaming racism because they're like, oh, all these black people, these savages, whoop this dude's ass, so on and so forth. And then there's a lady that got put on her pockets, right? I don't respect the fact that somebody knocked out the lady, but it is it is, right?
That's right. Wasn't it a guy that punched her straight in the face or something?
Yeah, he socked the shit out of her. And I mean, I feel bad for her. I feel bad for her. I don't know what the fuck she said or what she was doing, but still, she didn't deserve that. But But here's the thing: this lady went on live television and was like, "They knocked me out and nobody was there. They just watched me on the floor." And then the footage comes out. There's a black couple, a black dude and a black chick that are helping her up and checking on her and making sure that she's okay. So where the fuck is this lie that they just sat back and watched you and laugh about it when there's footage of you being picked up by two black people that are helping you, and then other people are telling you, and you hear this other black lady in the background like, help her, pick her up, it's a help her, and then like, you know, and trying to de-escalate the situation. There were several attempts to de-escalate the situation. The white dude kept pressing it. He got his ass beat, and he kind of like started the whole situation. He should have just left that shit alone, you know. But that's crazy. COJ chimed in. It's clickbait, but more power if you dig Sydney. Sometimes in Australia, racism is very bad over here. Australians sometimes, especially towards the Aborigines. Yeah, hey man, tell me a little bit about that, Scott Walker. I heard that there's a lot of racism towards the Aboriginal people. Now, I want to also kind of talk about. There's a movie called Nightingale. Scott Walker, if you have not seen that movie, watch that movie. That's a good movie, and it's based in Australia, and it's kind of about old times. I think it's really good. COJ says Disney is woke. Sinlo, I forgot her last name. Cincinnati Russian guy started it. Exactly. He's back in Russia. Oh shit, he's back in Russia. What do you guys think the worst racism in America? Black people or Native? Wait, what? Worst racism? You mean like who experienced racism the worst? Black people or Native Americans? Clarify, Scott, because it sounds crazy. Scott Walker, blacks because where's black reservations? Hey, for real, COJ, say that shit again. Where's my 40 acre and a mule? I still ain't seen that shit. Native Americans aren't getting targeted by the cops. Yeah, that's true. But the Native American reservations are shitholes, dude. They're like plagued by alcoholism, gangs, and drugs and shit. I feel bad for them, but yeah, that was just a little segue. Let's go ahead and get back to the topics. Hey man, thank you, Del Boy, for you know, allowing me to just kind of ramble.
I'm sick of this black fatigue sort of thing, you know. What can I say?
That's another fucking topic. That's another one. That word pisses me off so much. But whatever, we'll talk about that shit another day. And Del, for you guys out there, Del Boy's just saying it sarcastically. That's the homie. Like he ain't saying it in a fucked up way. But speaking of Crystal Lake, and then he does a face like, yeah, sure, whatever. Speaking of Camp Crystal Lake, right? And how Blumhouse has A24 has the rights to Camp Crystal Lake. There's this new thing coming out called Jason Universe. There's this new thing. It says Jason Universe. They announced it, right? And this is supposed to be like Jason getting brought back to modern audiences. So they announced like figures of Jason coming out. They announced like a new Jason short coming out. I think he has like a maze or something coming out, a Halloween Horror Nights or some shit. There's like this whole there's like a Jason Universe revamp thing, right? And I want to explain what this is, right? So most people, when you think of like Jason, you're like, well, why the fuck didn't they say Friday the 13th universe, right? Like I think it's weird that they're saying Jason. There's a reason for that, right? There was a lawsuit, and the two people that were fighting for the rights to Friday the 13th. I think it was like the director and the writer or some shit. Somebody, right? They're fighting for the rights to Jason. So what the judge did was like, well, fuck it. Y'all keep arguing and shit. You own the rights to Jason without the mask, and you own the rights to Jason with the mask, right? And then also, I think one of them owns the rights to the title Friday the 13th, and then the other one does not, right? So with that being said, this is why it's Jason Universe, because that guy doesn't own the rights to Friday the 13th. He is monetizing the fuck out of that shit. As soon as the court case was over, he said, oh, we on, right? Camp Crystal Lake, his shit. That Jason Universe shit, his shit. Also, that new Jason Friday the 13th short movie coming out, that's his shit. And he found a workaround too. Since he can't use the Friday the 13th iconic mask, he made a brand new one. And the shit looks ugly. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It kind of looks like that. You know when Jason changed his hockey mask in the other Friday the 13th movie? It looks like fuck. I got a figure of this shit somewhere. Somewhere. Ah, that hurt.
You dropped.
Now I dropped my charger. Hold up. Am I have opened this shit? Ooh. All right, here we go. All right, so one of the Friday the 13th movies, Jason changed his mask, right? And it kind of looks like this.
All right. I mean, don't look that much different.
Right. So, but the one that he has, it has like, you know, the iconic triangle thing on the forehead.
Yeah,
he has it right here as well too. Right. So they changed it a little bit to make it more so he could differentiate it from the other one, so that he wouldn't get sued. Right. Yeah. So the reason why Jason Universe exists because homie doesn't want to get sued. That's basically it. He doesn't want to get a lawsuit, so he's sticking within the realms of the agreement. And he's like, all right, I'm not going to use Friday the 13th, but I will use Jason. So a lot of the Jason projects coming out, that's him. He's monetizing off of it.
Well, as I said to you, you'd think the two guys would come together and go, right, let's make some money here together. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's a smart thing to do.
It doesn't make sense to me. You know, same as we were talking about Freddy versus Jason and all the red tape, and this now they're all sitting on the shelves, nothing happening, and nobody's making money where they can anyway, you know. But yeah, it sounds like he has a plan and he's going to go through with it. But you know, and also the hockey mask version is definitely the one to have over.
Oh yeah, it's way more iconic. But if you can find a workaround, like he did, I mean, I think it works for the time being. I guess I think people will get over the hockey mask as long as the kills are cool.
But the sack head could work as well. I mean, didn't look too bad.
I'm not a fan of sack face Jason, but that's just me.
I thought he worked at the beginning of the remake. You know, he looked pretty decent, but again,
he looked like he belonged in The Hills Have Eyes.
Thing is, though, it's hard to make a Friday the 13th movie with Jason without the hockey mask. Now, I wouldn't want to do it, you know. So
without the iconic hockey mask, or just a hockey? Yeah, okay. I mean,
as close as you can get it would be good, you know.
I think you're right on that one. Yeah, as close as you could get it, I think that'll be the point. They tried to do something. We'll see how it works out. But again, this is just a short, and I don't know if that's going to lead into a bigger movie. You know what I mean? So we'll see where they go, where this takes them. I'm glad that Jason is starting to get a little bit, you know, a little momentum. But I think that they're losing out on a bigger picture here. I think that they should be trying to renew. What they should be doing is taking an MCU approach, right? Have one studio acquire the rights to as many fucking horror icons as you can. And then what you want to do is you want to make good horror movies with each of those characters, and then eventually leading up to them coming into a collective universe.
That would be good.
I think that's the smartest thing to do, right? Like do some MCU type shit, but with horror movies. But make the movies good. Don't make some shitty, stupid ass movies and shit. No Marvel-esque movies. They got to be decent. You know what I'm saying? They got to be good. All right. But because we talked about it, all you got to do is you can start off with Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. Make a remake to Friday the 13th movie. Make a remake to Nightmare on Elm Street. And then eventually you have those two. You can even end it just like they did Jason Goes to Hell. And you're good.
Yeah. But they'll sit there on the shelves while they're all arguing over the red tape.
Exactly. They're missing out on money, but hey. So Scott answered my question lately, a little late, but it's all right. He said many years ago, children were taken away from their families to be put into farming and slavery, which was cruel to put into white families. Is there a rancher attacks? There are rancher attacks between black people and out of the Americans on each other. Do they attack each? Wait, what? Okay, so you're saying Aboriginal children were taken away and then put onto some farm, and then you're asking about if there's black people attacking Americans on a farm? I'm kind of confused about that. I get that colonizers fuck both over and living in crap holes, but Native Americans aren't being attacked, aren't being called DEI woke, not called ninjas and stalked upon. Oh, CLJ, yeah, I get that. I completely understand that. Native Americans has it much easier. Cool. Matthew Lillard said in an interview he'll be interested in returning for Scream 8. Matthew already confirmed it, didn't he? Like he already typed that dumbass message. You guys want to ask me anything about racism over here? I'm sure I'm all over. You guys ask me anything?
So Scott, we're gonna keep this about movies on this. Maybe we'll do another discussion.
Yeah. We'll just kind of we're just looking around.
I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of shit going on over here too, and I mean it's getting pretty bad. You know.
Yeah, you guys have those protests, man. I saw that. They protested outside of something. I don't know if it was like Parliament. What the fuck was that?
There's a big one coming up again soon, and it feels like we're at a tipping point here, and something big's gonna happen. It feels like that, and there's tension.
I hope not, because like that could be really bad.
There's tension
because you guys had wasn't there like there was a truck that ran a bunch of people over one time, right? Wasn't it during like a Christmas holiday or something?
Yeah,
was that over there?
I think that was Germany actually, but it's not really with the black people and white people as such, because
no, I know it's the Muslims, right?
Yeah, but it's you know, and it's like in British black people are on the same side as against it as well. It's just the tipping point, and we could do a whole video about all these things, but like we're talking about movies on this and stuff like that, and don't want it to get too deep like that, because I do have stuff to say. I just don't want to get too deep on it.
No, I understand.
No, be like I know that the Aborigines had a tough time. I know that. I've seen enough and heard enough about it. Like they're kind of like Native Americans in that sense.
They're like the Native Americans of
and we went over and colonized it.
Well, sort of. You guys took a bunch of prisoners over there or something like that.
It was the British as well, yeah.
My bad. Next topic. Where are we on the topic list? Because I skipped one just because I felt like it worked better. Eli Roth has announced a Hostel TV series. How are we feeling about that?
I don't know, because I really liked the first two. I didn't watch 3. They said it was in Las Vegas. I went straight to DVD. But I really liked the first, especially the first anyway. 2 is good. But to do a TV show, to get to know I don't want to know certain characters. You have to get to know in the back, not the backstory, but it's going to be following a main character and all these things. And I don't want to know them. I don't mind knowing certain characters in the movie and then they end up dead, which normally happens, but I don't know. Who knows? I mean, if it's Eli Roth, you might know what he's doing. He's done all right so far. What do you think?
I can see Hostel being stretched out into a TV series. Now, the only problem is I think that Hostel has a problem. Will it be enough action to basically keep the horror fans entertained? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let's just say it's 8 episodes. It's like, how are you going to tell a cohesive story and also entertain the horror fans with the blood in 8 episodes? I feel like there's going to be a whole lot of talking, a whole lot of world building, a whole lot of character development. And it's like, I don't really care about that.
The creation of the hostel and how that it came about with rich people, and it will be who came up with the idea and how it kicked off and all that. And in the meantime,
I think it should be from the perspective of the hunters, the people that are out getting the people.
I don't want to see that, because I like the not knowing. We know enough that there's rich people. We're in some remote place in Europe that no motherfucker goes. Yeah. So they do what they want. Even the police are involved to a point. So I like knowing that enough. I don't want to know them more, because then it just kind of loses something for me. But again, you know what? It depends what he's doing.
Yeah, because I think if you take the perspective, so I think a smart thing to do would be make the story around the hunter, and then once the hunter captures the people, flip it to the people trying to escape. Like flip the perspective, like flip the focus.
Yeah, but some people then don't feel like they know enough about the main characters to care. Then, do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing, that you would have to have the hunter interact with the cast and then kind of build that relationship there. And then you have to learn. You're going to be learning about the main character second half, like from a secondhand nature, if that makes sense. Like you're gonna learn about them from an outsider's perspective. It's like when they did that Scream movie, the last one, and I thought that they were gonna show you the killer at the beginning of the movie, and the whole movie is gonna be you like knowing that he's the killer, and then watching him maneuver the situations. I thought that was clever. I was all in. I was like, okay, that's really interesting. So imagine if Hostel did that. You know, like we know who the killer is.
It's not just one hunter; it's an organization as well. Like I think it'll be all the beginning and how the organization started. That's what I reckon they'll do.
We'll see. I mean, the Hostel series has good bones. We'll see if they can actually do something with it.
I did like the movies, though. I really did. But anyway, yeah. I still watch it. Give it a try.
COJ says Hostel won't work as a series. I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I don't know how that will work as a series.
I can't see it either.
We'll see. I guess we'll see. We got to trust Eli Roth, but I think Eli Roth should worry about Thanksgiving too. All right, so 2027, A Quiet Place 3 is coming. Now, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. Why are you telling us a movie is going to come 2 years from now? I think that's a stupid announcement. Why are you telling me that? If it was coming next year, all right, cool. But 2027 is a long ass way from now.
If they have the idea, it's fine. They say they have the idea. Because you know yourself, so many films that, but it never happens. Yeah. So it's like, well, until I see it start and they've got the cast and all that, that's when I'll pay attention, but not for now. You know, also, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how interested I am in it because I didn't love the last one. I thought it was all right, you know. I just felt like
that's where I was going. That's where I was about to go. That Quiet Place Day One was not that good.
People loved it, but
I didn't like it. I thought it was stupid.
It gave us nothing more, you know. It just gave us the meteorites coming, the same shit, fine. So we didn't learn anything extra. We didn't get anything more.
That was the stupid part. I'm like, why is this called Quiet Place Day One if you're not going to tell us anything about day one? No, we just know the attack happens and then everything plays out the way that it played out. Now, and I feel like Lupita Nyong'o was wasted because she was a good character in the movie. Her character was cool. It was kind of dumb because I felt like they took too long to tell you why she was doing this, because the whole movie you're like, why are you doing this? Why are you being so difficult? Why? And like, it's just, and then they tell you at the end of the movie and you're like, damn, like if you would have told me that maybe like at least halfway through, I would have been all right. And then that second lead in that show, that guy that she picked up, I didn't like him. Stupid. He didn't even fit in. It felt like he was so awkward. He just didn't fit in. It didn't make sense to me. Right.
To me, it's just, all I'm saying, no matter what happens, it just, you see day one, you're expecting to give us something more about them. What are they? Are they intelligent? Is it an accident? You know, was it a meet? You know, are they some kind of, you know, have they got intelligence? What's happening? Nothing. So I felt like, was it a cash cow? I don't know. So where they're going with this one now? I think you said it's what's his name is doing this one now again. The guy who
the guy that made it. He's going.
You know.
I mean, look, I'm all for it because Quiet Place is a great franchise. I do feel like it's a little tainted with day one because day one wasn't that good. That's just my opinion, right?
Yeah.
Scott will answer your question in a minute, even though it has absolutely nothing to do with movies. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm just skeptical about it. That has to be Ada. That's Ada, huh? I saw her little curly tail shadow. It's funny. She has that little curly ass tail. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Quiet Place is surprisingly one of the franchises that, in my opinion, has a lot of potential, only because it was so new when it came out. But we'll see where things go from here. Is that a ball?
It used to be.
Oh, she popped the soccer ball? Dang, dude, she ruined that. She ruined it. It looks kind of like it looks like the little cabbie hat, the little more porridge, please. One of those hats. Or the extra, the ones that are selling the newspapers and shit. That's what it looked like. Put it on your head. Yeah, there you go. Look at you.
You see the face that I can see right now.
Put it on her head. Put it on her head. Dang, girl.
But
she's a cute dog.
Sorry, what were we saying before we was interrupted?
Now we're just saying that Quiet Place is great bones, but I feel like we kind of both are in the same boat. It's kind of tainted by that last film, and we hope that it bounces back and gets its feeding down correctly.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not completely against it, and if he's making it, hopefully he's got a good idea because he had a good idea the first two.
What up, Renamon? My bad, Renamon's in the chat. I ain't seen that guy in a while.
What are you doing?
Renamon, yes. It's not a Carrie movie. It is a Carrie series being made by Mike Flanagan, I think Mike Flanagan is making the Carrie series, and it's going to be on Amazon. I think I made a video about it somewhere. But yeah, it's a Carrie series.
How would you feel about a Nightmare on Elm Street series?
I would love that, but I want it to be a prequel.
Well, from beginning and working its way up, that would be good. I do think it would be good.
I think, a Nightmare on Elm Street series,
there's a lot to do with it.
Let's see where Camp Crystal Lake goes. If Camp Crystal Lake is good, it's A24. Maybe A24 could sweet talk Warner Brothers into getting TV rights.
No, who knows? But that would be good, right? Because there's a lot of elements to all the Nightmare, all the characters.
Hello there.
Hello
there, Miss T.
I know that girl.
Right. She said she was taking a nap. Didn't they made a new
background? I can see her in the Do you know your glass cabinet?
Yeah, she walked by a minute ago. Yeah.
No, she's going back and forward like she's waiting for you to get off so she can slap you or something.
Nah, she's just getting water. She's tired. She's tired, fatigue. But anyway, then they made a new Carrie movie TV pilot. Not that I know of. I do know that, again, I know that Mike has been working on the Carrie series. So we'll see. I'm actually looking forward to that. I believe it's Mike Flanagan. I believe it's him or somebody of that nature. But anyway, I'm looking forward to it. It's in good hands. We'll see where it goes with that one. To answer your question, Scott, I am black, so there's a 0 chance that any of my ancestors were on the Titanic.
Hold on. You're black.
Oh my God, no. Yeah.
I didn't realize. Well, sorry, mate.
You expected me to be the same color? Good one. Hey, high five. You got a high five, bro. You got a. There you go. See, CLJ laughed. He said, "I'm out of this." That was funny. That was good. He was like, "I'm out of here." What? But anyway, yeah, there's a 0 chance that any of my family was on the freaking Titanic. There's 0% chance his family was on the Titanic because he's still in the fucking UK.
No, there's a chance. It was built in Ireland. I'm from Ireland. I was born there, and my family are over there. And it docked from London, so there's a chance. Unlikely, there's a chance because in fact, my family would be the reason why put the iceberg there or fucking some shit like that. But yeah,
you're like, my great grandpappy was trying to escape the potato famine.
Yeah, but he didn't escape it. He escaped the boat. He's still alive.
So Blumhouse has acquired yet another IP. Blumhouse is apparently working with Lionsgate to make a sequel, or maybe I don't know if this is a sequel or a remake to the Blair Witch Project. Now, Blumhouse just acquired 50% of the Saw franchise. So now Blumhouse is now going to make all future Saw movies, which is kind of like skeptical because when you really think about it, Tobin Bell is getting old. I don't know what you're going to do with that, but Tobin Bell is getting old. You're going to have to find they have ways to pass on the torch because Jigsaw had all these apprentices. So there's workarounds, but we'll see. Anyway, so yeah. So Blumhouse is now going 50-50 with making a what the hell, Blair Witch Project movie. How do you feel about this potential
hit and miss? Blumhouse is hit and miss. Yeah,
super hit or miss.
I really like the first Blair Witch. I know people hate it. I actually really like it. I think it was chilling when it first came out. They made a second one which I like more than other people, and the third one there.
Damn, Blair Witch 2. What was it called? I haven't watched it yet, but I want to watch it. Damn. Let's see if I can remember the name without looking it up. Fuck. I'm not gonna remember it without looking it up. What is the name of Blair Witch And I'm gonna be mad when I see it. Blair Witch 2. No, Blair Witch 2, fool, not W. The Book of Shadows.
Look at Shadows, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say I have it. I own it. I just haven't watched it.
I actually enjoyed it. I did.
So, also, recently the director of Blair Witch came out and was talking shit to the studio that released the original because, according to him, he said that they butchered his original idea. He said that the movie was like he shot extra scenes and did some other stuff, but the studio was like, nah, like we don't want to do that. Like they cut some scenes. So he's been advocating recently for them to put out a collector's edition of the Blair Witch, which I think is out. Not 100% sure, but they want to restore it, and then also they want to restore the original negatives that were cut from the original film because he wants it to be seen as a whole film, which is his idea, kind of like a director's cut,
Yeah.
So there's that. But anyway, Blumhouse and Lionsgate is a little Blumhouse is a little So I guess it depends on what they do with this. Really?
Again, it's hit or miss because Blumhouse. Also, what would they do? A sequel, a prequel? Because I always thought a prequel showing who she was or what she was in those medieval type days, the children she murdered and brought into the forest and all these like that to me would be creepy as fuck, a sequel is like copy and paste again, do you know what I mean? So
I know there's not much you can do with it unless because it depends where you pick up from, right? If you pick up after the first movie, the first one alludes to there being a witch and there alludes to like the legend is real. So it really just depends on how you go about it. So I don't know. We got to see what they do with it. Again, Blumhouse is hit or miss. We saw what they did with Megan. They had a slam dunk with Megan. All you had to do was make a horror sequel. They went action. They fucked up. So Blumhouse really doesn't know action comedy. So they fucked up. They don't even know what they want. They don't even know how to manage their own IPs. So and Black Phone 2 is also under the Blumhouse IP, but I have a good feeling about that movie. Anyway,
so
yeah. So do you think Neve Campbell, Courtney Cox, Matthew Lillard, and all these other people will be interested in doing a TV series of Scream? I want to see them bring back the MTV Scream. Fuck this Scream that they doing now. I don't care about that. Bring back the MTV Scream. That shit was better. Final Destination 7 has been confirmed. Hell no. And it's going to have the same director as Final Destination Bloodline suck, dog. I don't know. RIP to Tony Todd. He's a legend. I got a lot of love for Tony Todd, but that fucking movie sucked, bro. That shit was boring.
I liked it.
I know you liked it, and I did, and fucking Justin gave it an A+. But that shit sucks. I didn't like it. I've got some interesting news about Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega play. Barbara said they'll be interested in returning. Yeah, I heard about that. That Jenna Ortega Jenna Ortega is cool with coming back. It was Melissa Barrera that was skeptical about coming back, but Melissa Barrera wants an apology. But she was nice as shit. I met Melissa. She was really cool. Christopher says Black to the Future. I got it. He also says Del Boy was the violin. Oh, in a Titanic, you were the dude playing the violin. Kind of look like him. Christopher also says another Blair Witch movie. Why? He said Macaulay Culkin as Tobin Bell. Okay. Book of Shadows.
Well, actually, it's one of my favorite fan theories. You must know that one.
Which one?
Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah. When he grows up, he becomes the next Jigsaw.
Yeah,
he did a short that was about that. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. I think that's a cool idea. I think you should go with it. He could be the collector. They should make the new collector movie and then have him take off the mask and as Macaulay Culkin. That'd be perfect.
He leaves the signature like paintings on the staircase or some shit like that. When the band.
Rendermon says there was a Carrie movie where Carrie White did not die at the end. That film was the pilot to the Carrie TV series that never happened. Oh, you talking about the made-for-TV Carrie movie? I knew Carrie was weird. I love to see origins on how she became the Blair Witch. Oh, that would be kind of cool. Kind of like how like Fear Street, that one that was all the way in the past and shit.
That's what I think instead of go back to the medieval days.
Oh, that'll be kind of sick. I'm with you on that one. All right, Del Boy, you on to something? You on to something? Pitch
You
it to
know
the
how they
studios.
brought the children in and how it started, and that kind of make it all eerie and shit like that. You know, that kind of setting, bit like the setting, like The Witch, in that kind of setting, those times.
Ooh, fuck, dude. Why didn't they get that shit to A24? Oh, see, this is what I'm saying. A20, man, look, A24. I know A24 can be hit or miss sometimes, but at least you know you're gonna get a good movie. I think that's it. Like, at least you're gonna get a good movie, even if you don't fully like the movie, you're gonna respect it because it's gonna feel like, okay, cinematography was great, the acting was great. You might not like the script, but you're gonna like something. I think instead of Ghostface, we need more Killer Santa movies. I mean, there's a bunch of Killer Santa movies, dude. You could go on Tubi and find them. Final Destination 7 will be the final film. That last one should have been the final film. I'm tired of this shit. Kevin Becomes Jigsaw. That'll be the full circle. What are your thoughts on I Know What You Did Last Summer requel? Aha! I have a review for it on my channel, Renamon. But if you want me to give it to you slightly, I saw a screener of that movie like 3 or something months before it came, two or more months before it came out. I didn't like it. I thought it was fucking stupid. All they had to do was just be bloody, and then kind of like you don't even need the whodunit shit. I think they ruined it because they basically told you who did it within the first 30 minutes of the movie. It's fucking stupid. You told me who the killer was in 30 minutes of the movie. It was fucking ridiculous. I would love to see a remake of Home Alone, but a female version playing the part of Kevin. No. I want to see a 4th of July serial killer. 4th of July serial killer. Isn't Uncle Sam 4th of July? Somebody look into that. Uncle Sam. There's a movie called Uncle Sam. It's a killer movie. It's a slasher movie. I think it's on the 4th of July, or it might be President's Day. Don't know. Technically, I Know What You Did Last Summer is a 4th of July serial killer. Is a killer movie. Moving on. Let's see. Elections. But yeah, I gotta watch Book of Shadows because I have not seen that.
I'm curious to see what you think of it.
You said what?
I'd be curious to see what you think of it. I liked it. Remember, it's a movie, not a found footage type. You know?
Oh, that's even better. That's cool. So recently Ice Cube has been getting dragged, and this is the first time ever. I heard that Ice Cube apparently made a War of the Worlds remake, right? And apparently this movie is so fucking bad. I think it's the first movie to ever get a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. I heard this shit got a 0. A 0. I have never in my life. I've seen some bad movies, some real bad movies, and I have never in my life hearing that a movie has gotten a 0, a rating of a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. Have you ever in your life heard of 0 on Rotten Tomatoes?
Nope.
This movie is apparently that fucking bad, and Ice Cube has been getting dragged for it. Who thought giving Ice Cube War of the Worlds was a good idea? I need to know. That shit makes absolutely no sense.
I do know, right? First of all, right, there is 11 remakes of War of the Worlds. Yeah,
11? No, get the fuck out of here.
11. So for me, the original, everyone knows, and the Tom Cruise one, 2005, right? They're probably the most known, but there is 11, and I've seen a few.
Hell nah. Let me look at this shit.
When I see check it out, right? You know me, I know my shit. I wouldn't just come out and say shit like that. So when I see Ice-T, it came up on my TV of Amazon. I was like, shit, Ice-T, did I say Ice Cube? When I see him come, I was like, shit.
What the fuck? There are around 30 versions total? What the fuck?
Oh, really?
There's films, there's TV series,
yeah,
radio dramas, video games, musicals, and that shit don't count.
TV shows, there's so many, and I've seen a Christmas one there a few years ago. But the thing is, right, they even said it in the 90s.
30?
Huh?
30. I'm stuck on 30.
They even said it in the 1800s and everything like that, yeah? But the thing is, right, so when I saw him, and then I see War of the Worlds, I thought, okay, I'm not really interested in seeing another version, but because he's in it, I thought, all right, I'd give it a try. But before I did, I just had a quick look at the trailer. And then I saw this kind of, quick run, shit, that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh no, right? And then the whole film, apparently, he's he's locked in this room that's made of, you know, like the door is made of glass and he can't get out. I'm like, you can't smash it. But apparently it's really bad. Also, this was made in 2020 and it sat on the shelves for this long because they didn't know what to do with it. Yeah.
Oh, this is a COVID movie.
Probably.
It's a COVID movie. Okay, now it kind of makes
CGI
sense.
is bad for even the last 20 years, right? It just feels like someone made it on the computer and somehow got Ice Cube in it. Yeah. And
I think Ice Cube was just at home and was like, hey, ChatGPT, make me a script for a World of the Wars remakes that I can do by myself.
Can you be in this movie? He says, look, as long as I don't have to leave the house. Yeah, that's how we have to work around that. Just do it on your computer then, you know? But
Hell,
yeah.
I haven't seen a trailer. I haven't seen the movie. I've just heard about this movie.
Do you know what
I've just heard about it?
Aliens are after? Do you know what they're after? Our data.
What the fuck? No way.
They're not here to harvest us. They're not here for our planet. They're not here for our oil or any of that shit. Yeah, they're here for our data. Makes sense of that.
They want your cookies.
Yeah, and also they reckon that Ice Cube comes off as a bit of a stalker dad because he's following instead of doing his job where he's supposed to, I don't know, check everything out, some kind of CIA shit. He's following his daughter most of the time he's checking what she's doing online, what she's getting, who she's talking to, and even when she's ordering like a coffee in Starbucks, like, and he's, why are you saying that? You know, apparently it's like, for fuck's sake.
Dude, I don't. Yeah, you're just selling me. I am not watching this fucking movie.
No, I didn't watch it either.
Or maybe we should watch it together on the third reel.
Maybe we should. But apparently
that sounds terrible.
Yeah, so you know, everyone's allowed to have a bad film now and again, you know, but it just I mean, like another remake of War of the Worlds. It's like,
damn, dude, War of the Worlds. That's a decent IP. They could have given that to anybody.
Too many times, and it's just diluted. Like, speaking of, do you know that film? That Christmas movie.
I get that movie and the day the Earth stood still mixed up.
But the day that's only had a couple of remakes. Which
no, I know, but I'm just saying I get those two movies mixed up.
Yeah, I understand why, but I actually think that could be a good movie to redo again. Do you know what I mean? If you're gonna don't remake the same shit again. That the Christmas Carol or Scrooge that has 110 remakes. 110.
I think there's a horror version of that.
I don't know.
I think they made one last year or some shit. There's like a horror version of that, I think.
When I heard Ice-T,
fuck.
Yeah. When I heard Ice Cube was doing it, it piqued my interest, even though I thought, oh, all right. And then, when I saw enough about it, and then the 0 Rotten Tomatoes, I was like, shit. Do you know?
I'm not watching that shit.
Do you know?
Let's see. There's another. Okay, so here we go. Let's go back to where it was. All right. War of the Worlds got 0%. Superman 4 got a better score. There was another movie that had a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes. The movie's called Wolves at the Door. I've never heard of that. Chef Del Boy, Ninja's Most Finest. Special shout out to the chef. I think he's saying because I know why he's calling you the chef, but also on top of that, you got that answer right. It did have a lot of remakes. I would love to see a reboot of Three Ninja franchise, but with girls this time. Yo, Scott, what's with you with rebooting stuff and turning the cast into women? I don't understand. Like, what's going to make it more special? Let them. Okay. Nah, hey, but I love Three Ninjas though. Homie that plays Rocky is on Facebook. I was thinking about asking him to interview him. I used to love those movies.
Who?
There's a movie. There's a. Did you ever hear about the franchise, the Three Ninjas?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Back in the 90s, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the guy that plays Rocky, the bigger brother, he was on Facebook. I don't know his name. He's just the bigger brother. That's all I know. He was on Facebook on doing some shit, and I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot about you." I was thinking about Loki hitting him up like, "Hey man, let me interview you on my channel."
But I can
ask Justin to come with me. I got Justin to help me, man. He's a fighting movie guy, bro. You know?
Yeah, you get Justin on board. You have the ballerina. You have Mortal Kombat. You have all
You
those
go like,
characters.
hey, bro, do you think you could be Scorpion in the one? You think you could take Scorpion, bro?
I think they should do a remake of Nightmare on Elm Street, but make him a female. Freddy.
Who, Justin?
No, Nightmare Freddy. Make Freddy a female.
Come here, bro. One, two, bro, coming for you.
Do you remember when Justin was going trick or treating last year as Blade?
Oh, he wanted to take a real sword? Fuck.
He was bringing a big samurai sword and he was wearing dark. Imagine this dude, right? This black dude, he's about 6 foot, right? He's a big guy. And he has a little baby and they were going trick or treat, him and his wife. And he was going as Blade. But what he was doing, wearing the black jacket, the black shades, and a real samurai sword, knocking on people's door, asking for candy. I was like, the police, they're not going to question you. They see a black man with a big sword and dark boot, you're dead. They're just going to shoot you. That's it, you know? He goes, no, bro.
Give me the candy, bro.
Oh, bro, I'll just tell him. There won't be no talking, bang, you know?
I'll just tell him I'll tell him it's a prop. Like, yeah, it's too late for that.
It's his brother-in-law's real samurai sword. He was walking down the street. Imagine all these kids running around trick or treating, and he walking around with a fucking sword. You know.
All right, so let's see. COJ said COVID was the worst thing to happen for cinema. That's even scarier than the movie itself. Movies filmed during the COVID. Alien Once, Movie Mash. What movie would be a good remake? You mean just in general? I think horror-wise, I would love to see a Phantasm remake. As a movie, I want to see an A24 remake of fucking Taxi Driver. Yeah, I want to see that. That shit'll be hard.
I would, but like it has to be of Neverending Story, which I think they might be doing on some point.
Really? Okay, a remake of Neverending Story. Okay, all right. Yeah, I'll take your remake of Neverending Story and I raise you a page master. No, I'm just playing.
The guy who wrote it took his name off the movie because it was supposed to be more like Lord of the Rings. So the one that they're making now is supposed to be closer to the story. You know, it's supposed to be like quite gritty and a lot of shit going down. You know. Also, I want
another Ninja Turtles with the rubber suits. Give me Ninja Turtles with the rubber suits, dog.
Yeah, that would be good for nostalgia. And you know what? Those rubber suits were good.
They fucking were, right? They look real.
They were good.
Man, they fucking up. Let's see. Alien One's movie. What movie? I think that'll be cool. Christopher, he says The Last Starfighter. The Last Starfighter. Christopher CLJ says a female Rocky.
Come on now, you're trolling.
Adriana, I can't do it anymore, Adriana. What are you talking about? Anyway, now I think Taxi Driver would be a sick ass remake. What else? I'm trying to think of some old stuff.
Madman Mars.
You and this fucking madman, bro. You're a madman for wanting Madman. Damn, what's another? I'm trying to think of an older movie because I don't want newer movies being remade. Fuck.
Wouldn't mind Troll being remade, but you probably don't. You haven't even seen that.
I think I watched it. You told me to watch it, and I watched it. I think that was it. I think I watched Demons. I think you told me to watch Demons or something.
Maybe that was good. Was it the Spanish or Italian one?
I don't know. It's the movie where like the little things are like, I don't know. They're like little fucking roaches or something.
Was it the Gate?
Maybe it was that. Oh, dude, The Guardian. Hey, did you ever watch The Ugly? He's like, what the fuck are you
watching it now?
High five, huzzah. Anyway, no. Remember, you were like, hey, is there something good to watch? And I said, there's an old movie called The Ugly. Came out in the 90s.
No.
Trust me, watch that shit. I know you're fucking old. Look at your beard. You look like a fucking garden gnome. Anyway, Red Hot. Papa Smurf looking ass. No. Watch The Ugly. The Ugly and The Guardian. The Guardian is made by the same dude that did Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I think I've seen The Guardian.
It was about some fucking
some kind of suit or something.
It's about this fucking it's about this tree that eats babies. I know it sounds stupid, but
it's in English. It's a British film.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I remember. Fuck yeah, it's early 90s. I remember.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's about a dude that did. No, I'm sorry. It's about a guy that did Exorcist.
Huh?
The director of The Exorcist did that movie. I think. I thought it was.
I know the one you're talking about. Yeah, I remember that. It was messed up. Yeah, The Ugly. I haven't seen that.
CLJ says remake Gremlins. I heard Gremlins is getting a part 3 finally.
Yeah, I heard so too.
Remake Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Fuck it. Even though they're already making it.
No.
They're making another one already.
They can never catch the way. They could the shit that they did in that film. You couldn't get away with today and make it fun. It was just too many critics. No.
You should do we should do a remake battle video. Like we pick 5 movies that have never been remade that we feel like should be remade, and let's see who comes up with the better list.
It'd be me.
I mean, that's if you fucking can stay up and do it. I don't know.
I can stay up.
Past your fucking bedtime, you know. Let's see. Last one, the one that you've been waiting for all day: Fantastic Four and Superman box office breakdowns. All right, now I ain't seen neither one of these movies, but I basically know what the fuck happens from beginning to end. So I don't really need much to know, like to talk about these damn movies. But anyway, Fantastic Four came out a week after Superman. Was it a week after?
About a week or two, yeah.
All right, so Fantastic Four, I think it's sitting at about I want to say it's sitting at $382 million. All right. I don't see it making more money. It might hit 4, it might hit the 4s, and I think it's going to stay there. All right. Wow. Then we have Superman, which made about 562 million. Right. Both movies are not growing anymore that much. They're growing, but not by much. So Superman's probably going to cap out in about the 500s. Fantastic Four might be lucky and cap out around 400 if it's lucky. All right. Now, these are considered box office failures for these movies because considering their budgets, considering the IP, and just considering what they mean to their respective universes. Yeah. CLJ says, spoil it for me. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, how do we feel about this? These 2 movies that seemingly were supposed to like lead their fucking respective universes, they flopped. Is it really saying? Is it because we got to ask questions? Is it really because they weren't that good, or is it because motherfuckers is getting tired of them punk ass superhero movies?
I think it's people are getting tired.
People getting tired of them.
Yeah. That Superman movie was supposed to is starting the new DC universe, right? And there's been a lot of hype around this Superman. It got the highest trailer watch in history or some shit like that, yeah. And there's been a lot of marketing for it, and good marketing as well, I would say, yeah. Even got me excited for it again. And it still will. There will be more. I mean, there will be more to it, but
I'll be back.
Huh?
I'll be back.
But the same with Fantastic Four, right? That was supposed to kind of revamp the Marvel a little bit because of recently it's been kind of declining a lot, and it didn't, you know. And I will say
that's the biggest IP that was going to get released this year.
Sorry?
That's the biggest Marvel IP that got released this year.
And both films are good. I'm not saying they're not. It's just that people didn't go. And Superman is the biggest superhero you can get, you know, and that didn't do well. And people were curious to see how bad or good Fantastic. And it's Marvel. Marvel have their fans no matter what they make, they'll go and see it. And it's not doing so well. And it, to me, I don't know. because they're
And I
not
thought that
even.
word of mouth was really going to help out Fantastic Four because there's a lot of positive reviews about that movie.
Right.
Now,
Remember, these are secondary characters either. Yeah, all these secondary characters they're coming out with, that's fine. But these are main characters, big IPs, and they didn't do well. And it's, to me, even Thunderbolts didn't do well apparently. So
no, it didn't. But see, the thing about Thunderbolts is that was already a shot in the dark because not too many people know about the Thunderbolts.
Of course, but nothing has been doing well with Marvel recently, as far as I know. And
yeah, Captain America didn't do that well. Thunderbolts didn't do that well. Fantastic Four didn't do that well.
People say there's a lot of people say, "Oh, it ain't fatigue. It's just story fatigue," and I'm like, "Nah,
no, dude. It's for these movies. We get these. Look, Marvel fucked up because they were like at one with the amount of movies and TV shows that they were pumping out at the same time.
Yeah,
they flooded the market, and it's like, dude, like people are not going to want to sit here and watch that shit all the time. Like it's overwhelming. And then on top of that, to be honest with you, I was already feeling the superhero fatigue when we got to like Endgame and Infinity War. The only reason I sat through it is because this was the conclusion to the arc that we've been waiting for. Like we've been waiting for this moment.
That was all the main characters. It was all that time, and then after that, it became secondary character movies. Yeah, and it felt like we peaked. We've watched the end. Now these are just little end of credit sequences with every other film. It's just end of credit. That's how it feels. It's like, like Shang-Chi wasn't bad, but it's just
Shang-Chi was good, and so was Eternals.
Yeah, but I thought Eternals. Yeah, it was all right. It's just they're just not. I think it's run its course. I think they should give it another 5 to 10 years, give it a break, and then come back. Yeah, because you're just going to run. And for James Gunn to now, in this climate, to start doing a DC universe, I don't know.
I know, and his next movie coming up is Supergirl, dog, and that's bold for your next movie to be Supergirl.
And less interested in Supergirl. She's not a main character; she's a secondary character, and they're saying, "Oh, this is going to be darker." Well, I've seen her character on Superman.
But how is it dark? Wasn't she introduced at the end of Superman as a drunk, ditzy white girl?
It was like comic relief. And I was like, all right.
I don't think James Gunn cannot write serious movies. And that was the big thing. He can't write serious movies, and people were aware of that. So now you have him. I don't know if he's directing Supergirl. And then he has. Now this was the crazy part. All right, so shout out to Jody for doing the research. Jody found the writer for Supergirl, and she has only credit that she has writing is like a short film that she was acting in as too. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but that shit is one of the wokest shit I've ever seen. It's about this woman architect who basically makes more money than her husband, and they end up in this stupid argument based off of them playing a game. It's so fucking stupid. It's dumb as shit. And I was just like, yo, one, this was an unnecessary ass short. And I was like, two, if this is giving me a snapshot of what to expect with your writing, Supergirl about to piss some people off. This is going to be equivalent to when people saw Captain Marvel and that guy walked out of the airplane and said, it's called a cockpit for a reason. Am I right? Am I right? That fucking shit.
Me personally think you need to come out again with another main character, not Supergirl. She's a secondary character, and he's trying to put her in like she's a main character. Now, this is what he said, and I wasn't happy about this. He goes, the DC Trinity is Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman. He said now it's going to be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, and Supergirl. The problem I have is Supergirl is a secondary character. And third of all, we don't need another Superman because she's virtually can do there'll be
is Wonder Woman, but is he talking about the film Trinity, or are we talking about just overall DC? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that Green Lantern is way more popular than Wonder Woman.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I don't know if I don't know. Maybe,
I think Green Lantern is more popular than Wonder Woman. I think Flash is more popular than Wonder Woman.
Than fucking Supergirl. In fact, also, I think he is going with Jon Stewart, which is
he said the DC Trinity is Superman, Supergirl, and Crypto. That's the Trinity right there.
He didn't throw in John Stewart because he's well, just the Green Lantern in general.
Black Green Lantern, right?
He could have been one of the Trinity or one of the four. He's saying, not Supergirl, because we already have Superman who can do all of this, and now you have a girl who can do all this. Nothing wrong with being a girl. It's just should keep to that. And coming out his next movie is Supergirl. He should come out with Green Lantern. He should come out with Batman, even Wonder Woman. He should do something with a main character. Get that shit going after what just happened. You know, it better be amazing. This one, or it's over. I mean, this one, all right. It still was good. The box office was all right, but this one needs now. The second one. This will prove now where we're going with this, and it may be another. The Snyder fans are going, yay! Right.
COJ, remind me of that topic in a minute. But yeah, like looking at these two movies in the way that they've done financially, I think a bigger conversation needs to be had. I think they need to make better movies with smaller budgets. Look at Godzilla -1. Godzilla -1 made an amazing movie with like a fucking less than $5 million budget. Yeah. And that shit raked in so much money, right? You don't have to spend a shit ton of money on a movie. You don't, you know? And the only thing about it is the more money you spend on the movie, the more money you're going to have to make to recover that shit. So it's like, and like, that's when people are like, oh, Endgame made a fucking $1 billion. Yeah, dog, it doubled his budget because that shit was like almost $500 million to make. That's not even a big ass accomplishment. If a movie almost costs $500 million to make and you make $1 billion, cool, you doubled your money. That's not even a flex. Terrifier 2 made 44 times his Terrifier 3 made 44 times his budget. What are we talking about right now? You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't, the success isn't about how much money you spent. It's about how much more money you made versus your budget. That's what it's really about at the end of the day. And these people aren't seeing that. They're just like, oh, we're going to spend almost $360 million to promote this movie. Okay, well, then that means that this shit going to have to really hit, because if it don't, you're going to be in the hole, like bad. So I don't know, dude. These studios need to figure this shit out, because realistically, it's no way they're going to be able to maintain this shit. You are going to be in a hole every single time. CLJ, so Scott asked a good question. He said, who do you think is more popular, Spider-Man or Batman? I think this is a good question. That's the reason I'm entertaining it.
I think, I don't know, you know.
More popular character. I got the answer. I know the answer for sure.
I would say Spider-Man, but...
Exactly. There's no other way to go for this. Spider-Man, easy.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is a fucking huge IP. On top of that, the Spider-Man comics have expanded their universe, and they're all still hella successful. I have never seen a Batman comic change from Bruce Wayne and make a shitload of money. You know what I mean? Like, they've never changed Bruce Wayne and all of a sudden it made a lot of money. Now, I will say that whenever they pass the mantle to what's his son's name? The Damian. One that he had, Damian. I will say whenever they decide to pass the mantle to him, I think that comic book series might be a little bit lucrative, because Damian is a very light character. But I think Miles Morales, and the fact that they have all these multiversal storylines and they're all successful, I think Spider-Man Spider-Man just has way more popularity.
The next Spider-Man movie, no matter how bad Sony or Marvel is doing, Spider-Man still will be successful. No matter even how bad the film might be, it'll still be successful. Spider-Man doesn't know how not to be. Do you know what I mean? It just is one of those things.
Yeah, I mean, but sad to say, I don't think that's the only bad thing about it. Is I feel like, I will say this, it depends on how they go about it, but I think that, you know how basically they tried to make like a Craven movie, and they tried to make a movie, and those things weren't successful, right? I think the thing about it is we've seen them do that with Batman, and so far it seems successful, because they did the Penguin series, which I heard was really good. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard the Penguin series is amazing. And then they're also doing a Clayface movie, and then they're also doing a fucking Deathstroke or Deadshot in a Bane movie or some shit like that. One of them motherfuckers.
Oh, by the way, do you know the Clayface is supposed to be an R-rated?
Oh, I'm all for it. I'm with that. I'll live with that. That's cool with me. I think they should do a fucking because I know they were gonna do a what's homie's name? The little plant from DC. What's his name? Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
I want to give me a rated R Swamp Thing movie. I think that'll be sick. But yeah, I think Batman has different pieces that would make money more so than Spider-Man. But I do think if Spider-Man was smart about it, their IP is way bigger. So like if they were to do like Spider-Verse movies and be like, oh, this movie's gonna be about Scarlet Spider, this movie's gonna be about Spider-Punk, this movie's gonna be about Miles Morales, this movie's gonna be about Anansi, right? If you do that and you take all them little cool little elements in the Spider-Verse and you kind of use it, I think they would have made more money. I think they were stupid for going with like Madam Web and Craven and shit. That was a Morbius. That was the stupidest fucking shit you could have did. You went after like Z tier villains, like to make your movies around. But then also they put Marvel in the trick bag, which goes into the next subject because CLJ asked about how we feel about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Sony put Marvel in the trick bag because there's not too many villains left that Marvel can use. Marvel can't use any movie villains that have appeared in the Sonyverse. So that limits them. Like you can't use Lizard, you can't use Rhino, you can't use Craven, you can't use who else? Morbius. You can't use Venom, you can't use Carnage, you can't use, well, who gives a fuck about Morbius? But Morbius, you can't use Green Goblin, you can't use Sandman, you can't like the list goes on. Like there's like Dr. Octopus,
well,
Electro.
The main character are the main villains, really. They're all side villains now from now on, like Scorpion and
exactly.
Like
your Sinister Six, your Sinister Six, the biggest IPs, like the biggest people in the Spider-Man universe, you can't use. So you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? So that puts Marvel in a really weird situation because now they got to make something out of nothing. Now I already pitched it and said I found a really good way to introduce the Hobgoblin. Now I know motherfuckers was like, oh, that little fat Asian or Pacific Islander kid should be the Hobgoblin. Fuck that shit. You guys are stupid for even pitching that bullshit. Oh yeah, he was that in the Miles Morales comic book. Who gives a fuck? That motherfucker is unlikable. He's fat. He's dumb. Nobody cares about him. He's only there for comic relief. You know what I'm saying? Nobody likes fucking Ned. I'm sorry. Nobody's gonna watch a movie where Ned is the fucking villain.
I like Ned.
You're lying. Anyway, moving on. I pitched the idea where I thought that you can introduce Hobgoblin into the universe, right? And I thought it was a brilliant idea. And all they would have to do was make a TV series and it could lead into the movie, right? And I don't know, dude. Sony really needs somebody at the table that can help them because they don't get it. Like CLJ said, Mr. Negative, Tombstone, Scorpion, and Speedball. Nobody gives a fuck about none of those characters, dog. I don't give a fuck about no Tombstone. I don't give a fuck about no Mr. Negative. I don't give a fuck about Scorpion because he's a Z tier villain. What the fuck is Scorpion gonna do? Like on a mainstream movie, I don't think it would like. I don't think it's gonna look right.
Pale. That's it. He's just.
No, no, but how? It ain't gonna look right. To me, it just ain't gonna look right. It's just gonna look stupid. Like there's no way.
Lizard or Rhino in a sense, you know.
That's what I'm saying. There's certain characters that just they don't translate well into this universe because they're like wearing suits and shit. Like Dr. Octopus works because it's like a metallic suit that works or whatever. That's cool. Rhino's literally a man in a fucking rhino suit. You know what I'm saying? That gives him superhuman strength. Scorpion is a motherfucker wearing a scorpion suit that shoots fucking acid out of his butt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not much you can do with these characters and make them appealing. Like it's going to be hard to make them appealing. You need a Hobgoblin. You need somebody that's interesting. CLJ says Black Cat. Felicia Hardy will be cool. You know what I mean? But I think she deserves kind of like her own shit. I don't see her as a villain. You know what I mean? Because she got the super soldier juice, right? That's the reason why she's even strong.
I can't even remember.
Spider-Man is more popular because of the story dynamic. Everything else is romance and villains. They're actually proving there's more villains in Spider-Man than Batman. Look how many comics Spider-Man has. It's a lot of IPs. And Justin, don't be acting like you actually read these comics, homie. But he does have a lot of comics, though. True, Marvel knows how to utilize Spider-Man. Dog, like we have yet. Look, here's where the smart thing would have been is for them to do Spider Carnage, right? Spider Carnage would have been a smart thing to do, but they can't do it. Let's see. Ages ago, Spider-Man story villains had a bloody.
Hydra Man is too much like Sandman, virtually just water.
I like Hydro Man.
Same thing though.
But yeah, Hydro Man's cool. I like Hydro Man. Hydro Man's cool. Let's see. Had a really bloody battle. Tobey Maguire is definitely in talks to do another Spider-Man movie. I want to say this again. I think for the Lizard, they should do a solo Lizard movie. No. Mr. Negative, Tombstone, Scorpion, Speedball. We already read that. Sony up the big time. I would like to see a Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. That's all they have. I'm tired of Ned. Hydro Man, yes. Felicia Hardy as Super Sum. Now we're cooking. All right. Hydro Man's cool though. I like Hydro Man.
Yeah, but he's too similar to Sandman, and then you're restricted to him being in the water.
But then they kind of already use him in the movie with Mysterio, technically.
Kind of, yeah. But also, realistically, what you're gonna do? He's gonna be in the sewers, water coming out of drain pipes and shit. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I just feel like it's too much like Sandman. But
yeah. All right. I think we are nearing the end of the live stream. I know it's late as shit for you, Dale. I really appreciate you for joining me, man.
12:30 is past my bedtime.
Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Hey, make sure you guys hit the like button, please, like button. Put some comments down in the comment section down below. You know, that helps out with the algorithm and whatnot. You know what I mean? Make sure to share this video if you guys haven't done so already. We'll try to make this a little bit more repetitive. I'll figure out another day if we could do this. Me and Dale, I got a couple topics that I want to run across Dale anyway, so we'll figure it out when we get there. But thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate you guys a lot. Hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Thank you, Christopher, for joining. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Renamon. Thank you, Tiffy, Siffy, all that good stuff. But until next time, adios.